Hey everybody, welcome back. Captain of Industry. I hope you're having a great day today. I have a sort of an unconventional video for you today. There's been a lot of prep work and planning that's gone into the start of this video. And so instead of building a lot of it with you, I've gone through just a lot of like tweaking with spacing and everything to try and make it work. And I'm going to show you what I'm working on instead. Then we're going to have a bunch of cuts and I'll sort of show you how it all works together, okay? So a little unconventional. We'll start here with steel. All right, so I've got a bunch of this stuff paused because I didn't want it to build without you. So we've got steel happening here. This is very similar to iron in that we need to, of course, get molten iron. But where it differentiates is that it's going to be sent into another machine called an oxygen furnace before going to the cooled caster. And the oxygen furnace is going to use that oxygen, right, with the iron, and it's going to create steel and exhaust. So all that stuff is kind of ready to go in this area. So I'm going to unpause it really quick so that we can kind of see it in action in terms of getting it to build. And I'm going to go ahead and also unpause this area too, I guess, to get those machines running. Now I've got a bunch of extra workers. It's not reflective of exactly how many workers I have, because right now my ship is not crude. So we've got some more of that. The crude oil has come in. We need to unload it. And we're going to show you a lot of things today. So this is going to take me a while to record. I'm sorry for the delay. It just is. This is the way it is. We have another trench. As you know, the trench is done. And this is getting expanded. It's inspired by one of our awesome members of our community has given me some ideas. Mostly by just telling me that, why don't you put 2 pipes in here? And, in case you want to use 2 of them. And I was like, you know what? Why not? If we're going to do 2, why not do 3? So this is actually going to have 3 pipes under here. And I'm going to explain the purpose of each one as we go. But we're going to have it here along this side so that I can still expand the town over top of it. So literally we're going to have pipes under the streets, which is going to be nice. Now, there's a couple of other things. You can see there's some planning stuff over here. I'll show you that in a second. So over here, right, this guy is trying to make this flat for me, which is going to work. Hopefully he's going to get this part done because I'm going to need that area. And then we're going to make this flat here as well. And once this is all flat, we could start getting cargo docks and things in here to, with trade and all that. So I'm going to kind of clean this up just a little bit. All right, now you're going to notice that we've got another trench planned. Maybe you didn't notice it, but it's right here. Got another trench planned. And this trench actually comes all the way over here. And I've been debating about whether or not I want to just do another pipe. And I might opt to do that instead. I haven't decided yet, because one big long pipe around here would be fairly easy to do as well. But for the time being, another trench is being planned. And it's being planned all the way under here so that we can get a pipe to pop up here and run behind this. And this is going to be our ammonia pipe. Okay, we're going to need ammonia to create our fertilizer and stuff. And nitrogen fertilizer is all going to be taking place over here. But the machines that make the ammonia, I don't want them over here. They don't belong here. The resources they're going to use don't come from here. I don't want trucks. So underground pipe, or would just do a pipe above ground to this area here, which is still doable too. I may do that. This isn't really marked for any mining tower yet, so I've got time. It's because this is all being done here. Although I will say that I probably should do this just so it doesn't start that. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about while this is all building, and it's getting there. It's getting pretty close. We're actually starting to see some of the stuff being sent here, which is really nice. Yeah, all the slag is being sent in here. The coal is being routed. This is good. I like it. And then you see this is the slag. It's being routed all the way around, right? So these machines, they kick it out, and we send it all the way around over to here, where these are going to start processing it. So here we go. I see we're out of workers again. So real quick, can't do it. Damn. Okay, so we're gonna need the workers, all right? I'm gonna borrow some workers from our fuel depots, our fuel center over here. Just gonna pause this. So this is gonna, of course, kick out slag until it's full, basically, and then we're gonna have crushed slag bringing in here. Now, the trucks have been told, you might notice this is a lot lower number. It's 0 now than it was in the last video. And I wanted to walk you through that too, because that took some diagnosis. And it actually took me sending a save file off to some other people on a Discord server for Captain of Industry to figure that out. So I wanted to show you sort of what was happening here. I have not been managing truck imports and truck exports. I've just been leaving this both as on and not caring. But the problem with when you do that is when you have a situation like this, where you are telling them to constantly keep this empty, what could happen is that they instead take it out of this and they import it into here, which then of course puts it back here. And so this timer was racking up because they just kept moving it into this tank and they just kept doing this. And I had 3 trucks sitting here. I had no idea that that was happening. So that was racking up. The same thing was happening with the dirt here. To keep this empty, they were putting it in these tanks, okay? That's no good. We don't want that, of course. So I have now fixed that problem by having truck imports off on the back on this tank. So the front tank has it off on all these stacked tank areas. The front tank always has it off. And the back tank is the only one that has truck import labeled on. And they're not allowed to take it out of the back tank either. So they're allowed to take it out of this one because I don't want it in there. But you know, whatever. But they can't they can't import into this either. I don't want them to import here. Here we go. Okay, so now that that's settled, you can see that the queue is much lower. And the one thing I wanted to say is that this is not, even though it shows a truck, this is not a truck queue. This is not like jobs that trucks need to do. This is interpreted, as it was explained to me, as just the average time it's taking for your longest job, basically, to be done. So the longest job of trying to lift this and keep it empty, that's what was taking so long. So that's fixed now. Like I was saying before, don't worry about this. Everything's running smoothly. That was true, except for that one car. Or I guess in this case, it was like 6 different trucks. Okay, we're going to get research going. I want to upgrade the lab, but in order to do that, I need the red construction parts. Hold off on that for a bit. We're going to hold off on that. 12 workers are here. Let me just go ahead and do that. Okay. So I don't need Research Lab 3 yet. So I wanted to show you a couple of things. And again, this is a very complicated workflow. It's taken me at least, like, realistically, I'd probably put 45 minutes into just moving things around right now. And I'm not even done yet, but I wanted to show you something. And I wanted to, like, explain why I haven't gone after advanced diesel yet. So a lot of people have mentioned that, you know, why aren't you going after these things to make fuel? And there's 2 reasons. One, I genuinely believe that food is the best way to make fuel in this game. And I'm just saying, I can prove it. I mean, I'm literally making more fuel than I'll ever need in these tanks right here, okay? Like, these are full. All 5 are full, and we are cranking on food. It's just sitting on the belt, okay? Food is the best way to make fuel in this game. But the problem is, and at least until you get maybe later, but certainly better than advanced diesel, okay? It doesn't require any unity, it just works, okay? And I like that. Labor-wise, it's maybe the same as intensity, but as long as you have your food set up more than enough food, you know, now you're producing this. You have to produce food for your people anyway, right? So it's fairly easy. It just takes up a lot of space, right? That's the thing. It takes up a lot of space. So if you're on a small island, it maybe doesn't make sense. But on a big island like this, it made a lot of sense to me, so I did it. Anyway, so we have plenty of food, okay? Like, diesel is full output everywhere. We are not using nearly enough. Like, it's crazy. All right, so I've got also some extra storage tanks for some oil coming off the ship, and that's all full now. We don't have to drill anymore. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is we're super fine, we're good to go, and we don't require coal to make fuel anymore, which is awesome. Okay, so next thing is, what about advanced diesel though? What is, like, why not do advanced diesel? We are going to do this, but I wanted to wait until one point. And that point was that we don't need to flare. I don't want to burn any of these resources and flare it and cause air pollution. I don't want to do that. I wanted to wait until I could firmly use every single resource we're going to be outputting. So what we're going to do is we're going to create additional fuel resources, right? And we're going to need like a lot more trucks and all that stuff. And I can actually go and get... truck management gives me my truck vehicle cap. Okay, and I want to get this too, so we're going to add that to the queue as well. But I can't get any of these until I get the Research Lab 3, and I need the red parts here to get that. So that's why I've started steel, and we're going to be able to use the steel to create those. So But this is the workflow that I'm using for this. And I know it's a little hard to see, but I want to just try my best to tell you. So this is going to be oil. The pipe is going to bring oil up. We're going to probably redo a little bit of how this is organized in here. But generally speaking, I think pretty much this entire thing goes away, I think. And we'll end up with just a row of oil, okay, that we're sending off the ship. The oil comes up the hill and has these 3 fluid tanks as well. I'll just mark this as crude oil for now, in case I forget. And then it comes out in 2 different pipes because we're going to need to, pump it out quite quickly for this. So we're needing a lot of oil for this. And so these different pipes are going to feed it into these 4 distillation stage 1 machines, I guess, right? Distillation stage 1s. 24 crude oil every 60 seconds and 6 high pressure steam is going to generate 24 medium oil, 12 heavy oil, and 12 sour water. The sour water was the thing I was waiting for, because I want to get to this. I don't want to have to dump the sour water. And using the sour water here is cool and all, because we get the sulfur and ammonia, and that's fine. But I wanted to get water out of it. And so I wanted to wait till I could do this. Now I can get water back, get it back into the cycle, get more steam, and just, constantly recycle the sour water. I wanted to do that, so limiting pollution, right? So I needed to wait for that to be able to be possible. And that's next on my research list too. We don't have it yet, but it's on my list. I just have to get to the next construction, which I think I can do it now, can't I? Yeah, I can do this now. Do this now. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And then I need to also go ahead and turn this back on, which I need more workers. Almost. I can almost get more workers here. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Now, the oxygen furnace needs a place to put this. So I need to put it into here. This is the metal caster. So I'm going to have the molten channel brings right in here. And this is a nice like 1-to-1 thing, which is cool. We're just going to bring this right into here like that. And like that. And like that. And now this input requires water as well. This is oxygen. I need water in here. And so water is already being brought in over here. And we're going to have 2 separate water installations, okay? This one is mostly taking care of agriculture and our population's food supply, and it's doing an okay job. The water table is down to 37% though, so I'm going to have to watch that and maybe start shutting some of these off and relying more on the rainwater to let this water table, or the water reserves, I need this to recover. So we're going to maybe pump less out of there. But I also want water to happen over in this area. Water is right here, right? And then there's coal. So we're going to have very similar setup to what we have over there is going to be also over here. But this side is not going to serve farms, and rather it's going to serve industry that's being, done over in this area. And we can also combine this with maybe a little bit of this copper ore that's here, but I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, there's going to be some industry up here that's going to feed in, and that's where having 3 pipes in this is going to happen, because we're going to be able to create resources here and send them without trucks over to this side via this trench with 3 pipes. Okay, and that's kind of why I want this pipe here, because as the sour water comes out of these machines, it will then transport itself over through these pipes into these sour water strippers. The sour water strippers, with steam, of course, is going to generate sulfur and ammonia. So the ammonia is going to end up on this pipe. All right. I know it's a little bit difficult. I'm trying to go fast because there's like a lot of stuff I want to cover. But I hope by the end of this video, we at least see steel done and working. And I would hope that some of these structures have started construction. I don't need them yet. I don't have the workforce yet. But I'm hoping that's not confusing. If it is, I apologize. But it's like there's so much like moving things around and planning to get this to be the way I want. And every time I show that on camera, people think I'm spaced out or I'm like indecisive or like I keep changing my mind, quote unquote. And that's completely not the way it goes. It's just that a game like this, you tweak things, you put things there, and then you're like, oh wait, that doesn't work. Maybe I can do this instead. And you try to plan it out, and you work with with that. And sometimes it doesn't find people that well. You just want videos where I show you what I'm doing and have it planned out. So this is the plan. Now I'll plan it up to this point, but I think after this point we'll build it together. But this point here was pretty important to get established because, again, I don't want to have any of these resources wasted. I want to use all of them. Light oil, heavy oil, medium oil, sour water. These 4 resources are going to be created in abundance with this. And then we're going to add sulfur to make acid, right? And then the acid gets used with copper. I'll actually show you on the tech tree too. Oh, by the way, I had somebody mention like this button here. I'm aware this button exists. I know the recipes button exists. The problem is that the recipes button requires me to basically click a specific item and to see that formula, to where when I click the research area, I get to sort of see the workflow of certain machines. And I like this better. I just like the interface better of being able to see, like in this tab, all of the different things that are going to be created. So it's mostly a choice. I know that button exists. Anyway, so copper refinement 2 is done, and this will take the impure copper. We're going to add acid, and we actually get more copper for it. So we can create more copper with the same amount. It's like a 1-to-1 on the copper here. Impure to pure is a 1-to-1, because currently it's not 1-to-1. Currently, the 24 copper actually ends up being 19.5. So like we can be more efficient that way by using the acid instead of the water. So we're going to try to do that too. And so like there's all these different resources that we're going to be using, and it's nuts. The last thing I wanted to say, and I'll show more about how this works as we build it, but I just wanted to show you that that's something that I am going to do. The last thing I wanted to do is the ship. Okay. Now I've been putting this off because I don't care, because they're not really hurting me any. But if we want to expand further, we're going to need to get through the pirates. And so we've done the research, so I can place guns if I want to on the front, right? And I can complete the modifications with iron. I can also get armor plating as well, 440 iron. And I'm going to bump this up, I guess, to do all of it. I'm just kind of waiting until I had a ton of iron saved up. I don't have the extra fuel tank, but I can now proceed with these modifications. And we're going to basically upgrade the ship. And we're going to send 880 of our iron into here, okay? So I wanted to kind of bank up a bunch to make my ship like rock solid. So the iron area is going to be a lot busier now as it kicks out a ton of it. We have been kicking out a ton of it. You can see the belts are all full and it's just sitting here doing nothing, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. We're not using resources if we're not going to need them, right? But you can see the iron is bypassing all of these structures and going straight over where it needs to go, which is to say it's going straight over to maintenance. So we're going to see the maintenance constantly working, constantly doing good things, always high maintenance. Love it. Like to see that. Let's get 10 more people. Okay, so we're almost to the point now where we can get the steel made. All right, but we need to get, I believe exhaust is going over, it's going back here, right? Yeah. So the exhaust for each of these, right? The pipe is routed here, and it takes the exhaust into this pipe. I feel like I want to upgrade this just so that this isn't bottlenecked at all. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade both of these with Unity. Then I can go ahead and deliver here and just get those done. I don't need them paused either. I think we can probably just get them built like so. There we go. It's because I'm in planning mode. All right, so this molten, all right, the molten steel is moving through here. So the last thing I need is just to get this done. And there's 4 workers in each of these. So I think that's probably an okay thing to unpause then, because it's only 4 workers, right? So now we want steel. And I would like steel to be getting directly delivered over into this area without trucks. I would love that. At the moment, it seems like that's pretty difficult to do. However, I was going to experiment with something which is a little bit metagamey and not really realistic, but I was going to experiment with underground conveyor belts instead, because I do like this. I like the underground nature of it all. Like, I like tunneling. It's not fun, but the results are so satisfying, and I like it because the results are so good. Speaking of results, let me just get this pipe. I want to figure out where this is going to be, actually. So these boilers are lined up with a new trench that's going to be made here. And it's going to kind of bring them up here. So it'll basically be underground all the way. You're not going to see anything until right here. And this is going to pop out right here. And that's, I think I actually want to go a little bit further back here on this, actually. I want to start here. Yeah, bring it out like this. And again, you're not going to see this. This is all going to be buried until here. And then the pipe just pops out and it's like saying hi, right? And I might be better off bringing it over here just so it's a little bit further away. So I guess I could possibly do it like this instead. I'm just worried that you'll be able to see it here. That's okay. We're gonna fill it in anyway. So if you see it there, we'll fill it in. Bring this all the way over like that. So if that's where this is gonna be, then the pipe most likely, I think it's, where is this gonna be at? Where is this at? Let me put this in planning mode here so I don't do anything silly. If it's gonna, okay, it's gonna be here. All right, so let's say that the pipe comes out as it was here. This? Yeah, about like that. So we're gonna have a pipe that comes, you know, from up top here, and probably two pipes. I might even do two. And the two pipes will go that way, and then another one will go that way or that way. I don't know which way yet. And then we'll have one that's going for like the water and stuff. So there'll be three pipes in this lower area here. Maybe even, can I fit 4 in here? Maybe. I can fit 4 in here. Now that's interesting. We might be able to fit 4 in here. That'd be cool. And so, like, you know, obviously this pipe will go from there and this one will go from there. And then, you know, we'll have 2 extra resources that we can send across the map, underground, all the way over into this area. And it could work, all right? I'm just saying it could work. Now, we need water to be delivered here to get the steel going. And I think probably we'll just pull off this side here. So we can take and go kind of like this. Raise it up to level 2, maybe 3. I guess we can go 3. 3's fine. Just keep it really high up. That's fine. Because we might want to put belts. We might want to put level 2 belts underneath the pipe to get this going. All right, so the water, I'm going to bring it all the way over top of this coal. And I was thinking about, yeah, kind of going over here like this. Yeah, but the problem is I don't know if that's going to interfere. It's like, how am I going to get the... It looks cleaner this way. I just want it to like enter into the system, right? Just get it straight in here and just, you know, get it all where it needs to be. So if I go like this, am I even able to bring that down? All right, well, kinda, it's a little bit messy. Might be able to get away with dropping down to level 2 back here. It is behind the other pipe. So I might even be able to drop to level 1. That might be better, actually. Yeah, we'll drop to level 1 here. And we'll just pop it there and there. And then we'll take it. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. Okay, so can't do that. Gonna have to just take this really quick. And let's delete this. And then we'll bring you that way again. I need you to be higher up, please. Level 3, yep, right there. Level 3. Level 3. Yep, so we'll bring it this way first. And also this way. There we go. Okay, now you can go away. And you're good, except I need to dip you down really fast. There we go. And then we'll just have you... This one's going to be harder to reach because it's like right in the middle, but I think we can make it work. All I need to do is bring you down as fast as possible to here, or maybe just to level 1. That's fine. And then we can bring you like this and then over, and then I'll have this pipe underneath this, like so. It's not clean. It's not as clean, but it will work, and it gets the water into the system relatively cleanly. I mean, it does a good job here. I think that's pretty nice. So we'll just go ahead and quick deliver this. Get these pipes working. I need to unpause them. I need to unpause all of these. Let's just unpause all of it. And, you know, again, just quick delivering the resources so I can get this. And you can see this, it's already being made, right? They got access to what they need. The water's getting in there. We're good to go. And so, here we go. I think the trucks were bringing the water here. That's why that started, because the trucks have been doing things. But now the water can be brought in with the pipe, which is nice. So this, again, I think this is a really clean way of doing it. Just bringing that in like this. And it looks like a little bit of a mess, but it's very organized. It does work really well. I like it. Okay, cool. So here we are with steel, and we just need to get this in storage for now so we can start using it. So I think temporarily, I'm going to place a storage bin, right? I kind of want to do it, again, more organized. How about we go about like this? I like that. That's nice. Okay. Then we'll take a belt with the steel, and again, we need to do this so that I need to start from this side so that it's nice and clean. So there, and then you're gonna merge to that one, and then you're gonna merge to that one, and then you're gonna merge to that one. Cool. And I'm in planning mode again. That's why everything just keeps being paused. I'm so used to doing things in planning mode at this point because I've been sitting in planning mode for so long, it seems. So I will quick deliver the resources here, and that will get basically all of these storage units to just be auto-assigned, because they'll accept the first thing that they receive. They'll be assigned to the first thing that enters into there, I guess. Okay, so we are now making steel. Steel is what's necessary for the level 3 parts. Now, temporarily, we're going to need to get that delivered by a truck over here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this one, and I think this one start on this recipe, and I think I want to replace this. In fact, I'm going to tell it to empty this, and I'm going to tell it to empty... yeah, we need more of these too, unfortunately. Just asking for trouble by making one more, but I'm going to do it, because I might have to move it later anyway. So we'll do level 1 construction parts there, and I want to empty this too. And so what I'm hoping here is I'm going to actually take one of these electric assemblies, and I'm gonna rebuild it here. Okay, so we're gonna basically have another setup here. We have all the belts capable of doing it. It's really easy to do that. So instead of storages, it'll be another one of these. But we're gonna have these 2 dedicated to red construction parts. These 2 will be dedicated to the gold ones and also the white ones. And then the rest of these, I mean, I really could just have all 6. I think all 6 of these will probably just do, like they won't do the red ones. But then the red ones will get delivered over to here, and then we'll have the steel be possible here. I don't know. We'll play with it. I haven't really thought about how I'm going to get that to be truckless yet. For the time being, it's just being delivered by a truck, which is, it's fine, I guess. Oil rig only has 1 shift. Full storage is not doing anything. The ship is not. Are you fixed yet? They've been delivering a lot of stuff, and I wonder if, yeah, ship can still operate while the modifications are being prepared. So I could go get more fuel. I just have to load the crew, which is like not possible. I don't have enough crew. I could, let's get that air separator so we can get enough crew on all the steel. And you see we're 25 kilowatts for each one of these, and they're not cheap. These use no power, and these use no power either. But now that we're using the iron in this area, we're gonna start to get we're gonna start to need a lot more iron, right? We've started building this little path down, which is kind of cool to kind of get ourselves into this area for iron. But like this one's doing nothing right now, right? There's nothing for this to do. So I would like you, I can't really tell you to do that. Well, I can, all I have to do is just mark something here, right? So why don't we have you build a little bit deeper, huh? Does that sound doable? So we'll get you, let's say from here, dig down to level 2, huh? Sounds interesting, right? Ooh, adventure is out there. And then you could just, you know, build this. Or dig this, I guess. Not really build, but you can dig this. Yeah? Yeah, and then we'll have this also ramp up to there, so it's all nice and cohesive. Okay, go. Now you have things to do. Onwards. And then I'm going to have more trucks assigned to this too. And I probably need the extra excavators from this because it's no longer building this trench. So I think I didn't mean to jerk the camera. I've had somebody comment about my camera movements. Are you guys like, do you want me to move the camera less? Because I tend to like, I want to see it now and I move it like I play it. And it's a habit, right? It's one of those things that's probably not a good thing, but it's a habit. I could maybe, you know, move the camera slower if that's, you know, something that you want me to do. It's going to take longer, right? Like I'm just like, okay, cool. I'll be here. And then I don't know. I mean, it's just whatever feels natural, I guess. You guys can, you know, I've had plenty of people critique me. So I guess just continue the tradition if you'd like to. Yeah. So I think I want this area here now to go ahead and start building this. You could maybe dig that. That'd be great. And then you're not going to be able to, at least you're going to tell me you can't because of these, but I think we're going to do 4. I think we're going to do four pipes in there. I think that's completely doable. Yeah. Are you going to spring to life or no? You should be able to get there. Oh, is it just you? Wait. What are you doing? You're not even part of this tower. You're not part of this tower. You're not assigned to it. I can see it. You're not assigned. Oh, you're gonna have to go all the way around, really? Well, whatever. You have a path, so take it, I guess. You're gonna start digging, and a truck's gonna come and help you. Now, the sand, right? The sand. Where am I dumping the sand? I mean, like, currently, I think they're gonna dump sand here. I hope they're gonna dump sand here. I hope they don't do it here. Maybe we cancel this for a second. I really hope they don't dump that here because I want to reuse the sand. I would like to fill this in with sand. I started to fill it in with the rock stuff, and then I was given that idea to make it multiple pipes. And so, oh, where are you going? See, you're gonna bring it over here, and I don't want you to do that. I'm gonna have to cancel this for a second. Which the problem is I want this to be rock. I really wish there was a way for me to designate that. You know, there needs to be a tool that allows me to designate where stuff goes, right? And like, I don't know, man, because I'm telling them not to dump sand here, but they'll do it anyway. This guy's totally gonna dump this sand over here. Oh, where? Okay, hang on, not totally. Where's he dumping it? Where are you? Oh, no. Yeah, don't do this. Cancel. All right, they're dumping it over there. I want the sand dumped right here. This is what I want. Like, I'm saying sand, so you dump sand here. That way I can dig it up and use it to fill this in. That sucks. Okay. Well, it is what it is. I'll get an extra excavator, and we'll see if we can't get this area dug up, right? Yep, fuel's happening too. Cool. I'm gonna let this run. All right, and I need to get more people. Thankfully, there's not more people yet. I'm interested to see if this ship changes what it looks like. Like, does it change in its aesthetic once I get the guns and the armor on? I mean, I feel like it should maybe change to where it has, you know, stuff mounted on it, or, you know, the look and feel, the armor, or whatever. I feel like that should be a thing, but oh well. We are full on fuel. Like, we're just not using enough fuel. So food for fuel is awesome. I'm just saying it's awesome. You can naysay it, but demonstrated, it's awesome, and it doesn't require coal. Nice, right? Let me let this run, and I'll see you guys in a second. All right, I had this area here with sand, and as they were building this and trying to go deeper, the sand kind of collapsed, and that made it unpassable, or impassable, whatever you want to say. So fuel trucks and stuff are having a hard time getting here. I had to recover all the vehicles because they couldn't get out. And I'm going to have them, you know, obviously dig a brand new fancy ramp here to just kind of allow them to move through here. And I would like them also, if possible, to get some of this iron. But I also would like them to get themselves up to here. And this is a problem because this is already 9 as a height. So I'm going to have to forsake maybe just a little bit of this iron just for the sake of getting a ramp that will go up high enough. It's only going to go to 5 here. So I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to get to 5. So it's not going to be quite as tall getting up here. But I'm growing pains in terms of like, you know, how this system works. I'd like it to get up to like 6, 7, something like that would be fine. Dig up to this high. And then on this side, we can, you know, dig this ramp again. I kind of want to fill it in right here, to be honest. This can be filled in. So I think maybe we'll get this to fill it in up to 5 in this area, like about here, let's say. Yeah. And then once you've got that, I just want to make this a nice ramp. All right, I want to make this a place where people can pass through here. So I've got a little bit of work to do on that too. It's going to take a bit, and you know, these guys are going to have to transport all this stuff all over the place. Steel is working really well. In fact, we have 2 completely full storages of it. So the next step is, of course, to get this thing operational. So we're just going to kind of move to have this be, I think right about here was where it should be. Something like that. And then we have this belt that goes in. It doesn't really matter what side, I don't think. Let's start with the high belts first. So from here, we want it to come out about like this, right? Height was 3. The height was 3, but I think it dropped it down to 2 actually right away. Like something like this, and then here, and then over. That's how that worked there. And then the belt below it, the copper belt below it, was like this. And that, I think I can go closer, can't I? Yeah, right here. And then we can bring it all the way out to here at 2, and then there. Okay. And then the bottom belt for the iron was just like this. And we'll deliver all of those resources too, so we can start getting this thing provided with its materials that it needs. So we're going to have, you know, the capacity to make a whole lot of these construction parts. The iron is slowed down, and it's because of the, you know, this little problem I had over here, but it's also because of coal. Coal is starting to slow down, and I want this thing to kind of pick up the pace here a little bit. So maybe I'm gonna, like, you know, I'm telling it to keep it full. I think I'm gonna go and maybe bump this up to 5. This one's a 4. This one's a 4. Maybe bump this one up to 3. I really can't have iron stopping, because that also disrupts the maintenance. And we're getting close now to where, you know, we're starting to dip into this, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to pull this back a little bit, just because I do want this iron to get back into this system, but maintenance is the most important thing. So it's just gotta be, it's gotta be up there. So we want to start making the red ones, and you can see we're starting to do that right now. The red ones are happening, but our output is full. So what I'd like to do is get, again, I don't have a easy way of like getting these things in here in a nice cohesive manner. One of the things I could maybe do is change how this storage is, and maybe flip it around and have it be like steel and gold storage, and then just have it fed into belts, and then have these two like dedicated to the red ones. But I don't need enough of the red ones yet for that to really matter. That's where I'm getting with this. Like I don't have a need for enough of them yet. So I'm just gonna kind of maybe just separate this a little bit. I could flip it around, but why? Yeah, I think we'll just maybe put it on the end here. Have 2 of them. Again, I don't have a need for this many at the moment, so I'll figure out this situation differently later. But for now, that's what I want it to do. So we are making these, and that means we're going to be able to upgrade our research. So I can go ahead and say upgrade, and they'll prepare that so that we get this thing upgraded, and then we can start getting the more advanced, you know, the more advanced stuff there. So once this iron area gets fixed, which is gonna be a chore, it's sand, you know, it's not just gonna stay exactly where you want it. So I'm trying to fix this and get this ramp put back in. should hopefully be nice and smooth up to this point. And, you know, there'll be this halfway area here where they can just sort of go across it. And then I think from this 5 point, make sure that this goes up to 7, right? At least, isn't it go up to 7, right? So it's 8. No, it's gonna be 7. Yeah, so this will all be 7, and then this is 9 though. So like I can't put it up to 7. 7's not good enough. It needs to go up even higher. So I think I need it to be at least 8. I think. Bring it up to 8 and bring it up to 8. Yeah. So. Oh no. Yeah, I'm running out of space here. I'm gonna have to go maybe a little bit less on this side, and I can go a little bit less on this side too, I guess. We need it to come up faster. So we'll have it be, yeah, on this side we need to go up faster. So you need to go up like this, at least get to 7 by there, and then also, yeah, 7, 8 by here, yeah. And so with this all being 8, I think I can work with that if this is all 8. It has to be filled in to be 8 though, doesn't it? Because it's like, okay, so like this thing screwed it. Like that really messed me up. I'm gonna have to fix that. But yeah, you can see there's a ton of work to do. All right, they're getting this ramp thing figured out, but I've got I got these water harvesters out of here just to help with that fluid motion. So they're kind of getting this sorted now to where they can move through here, and this ramp is almost passable. So when it is passable again, I'll put these water harvester back. But I'm kind of thinking maybe I don't need to. Like part of me says maybe the water harvesters are just in the way here, and we could put some other type of infrastructure here instead, because they're kind of, well, they're kind of downstream from where everything else is being gathered anyway. Speaking of downstream from gathering, this pipe having to go all the way around and get over to these farms like this was a little bit of a chore. Some of these farms, like this one here, is not getting the water it needed. So I went ahead and I've added this extra pipe right here. And, you know, I got 3 extra fluid storages here. And the problem I was running into, and the ultimate reason why I decided to do this and get rid of this pipe, is because the coal truck that's supposed to be bringing coal to the power, it wasn't going through here. It couldn't drive because of the pipe. So it was actually going all the way around like this to get in here, and that sucks. So now I've got this bridge, and you can see the coal truck just gets right in there and puts it where it needs to be. And yeah, so we should be okay on power now. We had a power problem for a little while. That sucked. The ship is now retrofitted with cannons, and I assume additional armor is done as well. So we've got 2 guns, and the armor plating is done. So that's pretty sweet. It takes a crew of 35 now. So a lot more people are required to be on the boat now. I've got 22 workers available here, and this is with 2 shifts now on the oil rig. I can probably take this down to 1 shift, and now with 1 shift, I can reasonably crew this with only 1 worker needed, which is fine. And just double checking fuel here, looks pretty good. Fuel over here, not so good, but that's just because we're not like processing it, man. Like we got to process this. This is full of oil. We're just not getting coal over here anymore. So I got to work on that too. Maybe I'll up its priority a little bit. But you can see lots of oil here. So I need to get this oil into the system, but I kind of feel like I'm saving this oil almost for this setup, which it sounds weird because I'll probably end up moving all these tanks anyway. So I think for the time being, just to keep this moving, and I realize this is going to make a really big mess of things, but I'm going to tear down this pipe is not permanent. This pipe will go away forever at some point. So I'm going to put this like this. Maybe it's not as messy as I thought it would be. I'm just going to dump it in here. All right. Again, this pipe gets torn out, all right, later on. But this is going to allow me to get the oil off this, and the trucks can just bring it to here instead, because none of these other things are truck import, and I'm actually going to turn truck imports off of this. Yeah, truck imports can come off of this, can come off of this too. And, well, I mean, it's probably okay to come on this. This is fine. We can turn this one on. But I want the trucks bringing the oil here, which it then gets drained into all those other tanks and gets into the system here. So that's a much shorter trip than going over there. You know, it's the little things that matter, right? So we got a population yields to everyone working. I've got these turned off because there is a water shortage now. These things take, not this, these things actually take quite a bit of water out of me. I didn't expect that to happen, but it does. It seems like only 3 every 60 seconds, but it's because of the capacity of the pipes. They can only take so much, and by the time they get all the way over there, they're just not like, basically it's taking up a lot of capacity off of these 2 pipes. So I'm going to say that I think I want to put a bypass in right here, which is kind of messy maybe, but I think I do. I want to put a bypass in right here. And we're just going to take this as a flat pipe like this all the way across here, and I will put this like so. Okay, like so. Little curly Q pipe. Now, with that being done, we're going to need to put in another ramp. So we'll put a small ramp in right about here, and we'll go ahead and quick deliver that. And what I'm hoping happens with this is that the water that the agriculture system needs is now going to be able to come through here. And so it's not limited to just these 2 pipes, because this is limited flow and it's almost always full. So I think with this pipe built, we can start to see the water flow this way. Yeah. And now I think the crops can get their water a little bit more reliably with this setup. But I like this better because the trucks can actually pass through here. I was blocking them before, and that kind of sucked. So we've got the ramp should be done now. Looks like they can pass through here pretty well. Nice. And this is all done. Yep. So we have safe passage. This looks a little bit jarry though. I wonder if I can make it to where it's like, if I just say I want it to be 0, I think they're going to need to fill in a little bit here to get that to be flat, but I think that's okay. And they'll just do it right now. Yeah. So to make this ramp, we're kind of foregoing a little bit of the iron, and but I kind of don't need any more of these rainwater harvesters. In fact, if I'm going to do this, I could probably do it over here. It's just a much better setup to do it on this side, I think. Yeah, and I'll just take and go, well, yeah, I need to come out one, don't I? Yeah, this pipe will need to be redone. Unless it'll let me connect this. I wonder if it does. It says no, but if I was to do this, can I do that? Yeah, it's not gonna be straight, so it won't look as clean as this. And you know, it's really not that hard to just build this. It's just the parts, you know, it's the gold construction parts, which I have a bunch of them. I'm gonna add on to this installation here, this rainwater catching installation here. We're gonna add on to this and get it to be basically this row again right here, because again, I don't want to rely on the water table if I can help it. I don't want to have to rely on groundwater, because I'm going to be using a lot of water for my formulas that I'm going to be working with. It will take a lot of groundwater. So let's quick remove all of these, and I'm going to just bring you over. And I think it's one out, right? Not there, but there and there. Oh wow, you moved on me. Great, thanks. Right about like that, I believe is the spacing. And then the pipe goes in the middle. Like this, yep. And then we just go straight out. Like so. Like so. And then this is gonna have to be moved here too to get this to fit properly. But for now, this is good enough. Okay, good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'll just cancel this and I'll highlight this whole deal and we'll just paste it right here. So we'll go one away from the pipe there. There we go. This is how I want to do it. I'm not gonna quick build all of this. I'm only gonna quick build the initial pipe here. Like this initial pipe, I'll quick build this and the connections on this side just to get these rainwater catchers to work. But other than that, I don't need these in a hurry, so I'm okay with like them just taking their time. I have a lot of Unity though, so maybe it's not a big deal. I still wish there was a quick select tool for well, like one of these tools, but for Unity, you know, quick delivers. That would be really nice. Oh well. So we'll have that, and seems good. Seems good. I don't know if trucks can actually get in close enough to get this part though, so I probably should quick build these connections as well. Probably a good idea. And again, we're just expanding on our ability to use groundwater. To use rainwater, and sorry, instead of groundwater. All right, here it is. It's done and expanded on now. I've also reversed the direction of some of these pipes. So from right here over, it goes that way. And from over here, I'm going to do the same thing and toggle that direction. And so this is going to let the water go two separate directions and kind of just ease it, because I don't want everything going into this pipe. Then we have the same problem. So it actually comes around the outside now over here. And it goes all the way around the back, and eventually will merge into this system, which does create some sort of a bottleneck, if you will. But I don't exactly know if there is a better way to do this. We could say the pipe balancer would be one of those things to do in this area with like fluids and stuff. Again, I'm not entirely sure if there is a reason for this to exist for me, as far as like how it works for me. But I will say that because these pipes are raised up, if I'm going to do it, it'd have to be like right here. And again, I don't know if it's really necessary, because this is all going to work itself out as is. There's not really a different need for this, but I will maybe go like this and toggle this direction so that this side can go this way, and then this side can go that way only. But you know, we'll probably have most stuff on this main pipe here, which is going to allow the rainwater to go and not necessarily have to deal with all of these, right? So like I could disconnect maybe some of these, you know, like we don't need to have, let's say, this one connected to it or anything like that. Like we could just get rid of this little connection. But honestly, these are off most of the time now anyway, because I just realized how fast they drain the groundwater. So, and you can see that we're getting to the point where we are getting very close to not having any groundwater at all. So I'm going to turn this one off. And I need to figure out another solution for the water, which is going to be this long trench right over here. And like, getting this water set up over here is what we're going to do. So that's a long video for now. This is a lot of recording for now. And I really, again, by the end of this video, I really wanted to get the steel working, which we did, although 3/4 of them are paused at the moment because we don't need the steel and they're sucking down water and labor. I do have a bit of a labor shortage right now. And then, you know, as this sort of starts to build up, then we'll get the piping system into here. But I think at this point, we're pretty close to the point where I can start covering this in, as long as I have the pipes laid in. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna put in a ramp for these guys right about, well, I was going to, and now it's not letting me here. So I want to go up, yeah, like this. Yeah, right about there. And that'll let them in from this side. And then I think when we pad all this in, we probably want to allow them in from this side too. So we'll do that. And so this will have some stuff there. And then I guess I could possibly put in like another dumping zone here for the sand, just to make it a little bit closer. It doesn't have to be very high, very tall. So it can just be here. But it would give sand, it would get sand like really close by and allow me to fill this in a little bit quicker later. So I'm gonna lay in the pipes the way they're supposed to be designed in terms of like how many we're gonna have and everything. I'll be able to adjust their direction after the fact, because I'll have some of it above ground and I can switch the direction. So I'm not really concerned about which way they're going, but I am gonna lay 4 pipes in here in case we want to use it. I think that'll be useful. And then I, again, might have this become a trench as well. So give me a second. Okay, so we've got the start here, right, of the pipe coming down this little trench, I guess. We're gonna see if we can bury this. Now we have to do this differently. Okay, I've already tried this once and it doesn't work. So we have to do this process a little bit differently than we did on the single pipe, because with a single pipe you can lay the design of the pipe like this, right? And then you can tell the game, okay, I want to fill this in. And the game will be like, okay, that sounds fine. Yeah, we could do that. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and mark this. and it will come down to 3. And here we go. Oh, I want to go higher than this, right? So we want to go up to, let's say, 9 here, right? And then bring it down. And it's kind of wavy over top of this, isn't it? So maybe we want to start everything at 10. I think we do. I think we want to start everything at 10. So let's have this raised up to 10. And we'll say, hey, I want to fill this in. Okay, so we'll just say, okay, down to 3. We fill it in. Seems good, man. All right, so we'll get that done. And, you know, it's a little bit of a mound sort of thing here. And maybe that's not what we want. So I can rotate this and have this come down a little bit. But it's just enough to where, you know, the thing is going to be buried, right? This isn't going to be a hard point anyway. It's going to be a rounded edge, but we want it buried, right? Now, with one pipe, it'll let me do that, okay? And so if I take and go like this, and I just kind of keep it as low as I can, all the way out to, let's say, here for now, okay? If I do that, and then I mark this at a level 3, right, is where it is, and I say I want this, whoops, not a ramp, at level 3, I want this to be flat, and I want this to be all filled in. Yeah, no problem. It'll do it, right? No big deal. It marks it. Now, if you have 2 pipes, though, which is kind of what I want. I want 2 pipes. I'm going to put 2 pipes right like this, and I'm just going to bring it down as low as I can. So I'll just keep hitting Q really quick, just to make sure it stays as low as possible here, all the way down. Okay, cool. And then I will let this go. Let's just this far for now. I have to cancel this anyway. So we're going to take this with 2 pipes, and then we say, okay, fill it in. And it says, no, you can't do that. You can do it with 1. Notice that. It works. But with 2, it does not work. Which means, you might think, oh, well, that just means Charlie can't do what he wants to do. Aha, nay, no, we're going to rig this. It's going to work. So what we're going to want to do here is we want to mark the trench in its entirety. All of it. We have to mark everything to fill in right now. So it needs to be marked to fill it in completely. There is no do it incrementally, do it in waves, do it in step by step. That won't work this time. So all the way, everything needs to be level 3. It's completely marked, and they're going to have to do it in their own good time. Now, with it all marked, we can then go in with a pipe. And again, same thing. We want it to be as low as possible as it comes down. I have no idea if they're even going to do this mountainside. They may not even do this cliffside thing, but we'll see. We'll come all the way down like so, okay? Now notice, if I go into this view, it's still marked to fill in. The trucks will still do it. And I don't know if they'll be able to do this because, like, getting the trucks to that destination, I may actually have to, like, I don't know, build a ramp up here like this and to let them get to here, but it is what it is. The point is, though, it will let me mark it and then do the pipes, okay? So that's what we're going to do now. So we want 4 pipes in here, right? The first one is going to actually take from here, and I'm going to go straight over. And we're just going to ride the edge of this trench all the way over. And we need to do it in its entirety. I need all the pipes completely marked all the way to the edge. So there is no, like, for this type of execution, if you're going to do multiple pipes, you can't do it in sections, right? Is basically what I'm saying, because that's what I did before, and it won't work. All right, so we're going to take this and maybe just bring it up. And it will pop out, like, right here. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Maybe we bring it up even faster, but we don't want to encroach on this neighborhood. So the cities can go this way if we want it to. So I want to make sure it pops up after that city. So I think it'll probably be okay to do it about here. Yeah, we'll say it pops up right like this. All right, 1 pipe marked. Yeah. Okay, now the second one we're gonna have. It's gonna be next to this. Okay. And we're going to start it over here, just from the markings right now. Mark it over here. This is going to be a steam pipe. Yeah, it's going to be a steam pipe. I had to think about it for a second, like whether I was right or not. So we'll do that, and then it comes out like this. Okay? Not bad. Pretty good, actually. It's going to work. And so what we're going to do with this one is we're going to attach it here. So there's going to be a junction underground now. Yeah. So what we'll end up doing here, hopefully, is all the excess steam that we make up here, if we don't use it, then we don't use it. It's whatever. But it's like, if I'm going to try it, I got to do it now because I can't do it later. So if we end up having extra steam, and we may, we'll send it through to this pipe. If we need extra steam and I can't quite fit any steam producers in here, then what I can do is make it over here with the water system that's in place over here, connect it to this pipe, and then just toggle the direction. And now we'll send steam this way too. So it's going to be a steam pipe. And then also you can do the same thing to this direction here too, as we have stuff going on over here. If we need any additional steam, we can send it this way, or we can send it from over here because this is going to create lots of steam right here. And if we need any extra, then, you know, it'll pop in here and it'll go that way. And then we'll just make sure that this pipe is toggled to go this direction, to the left, I mean, and that way the steam won't end up going that way. So we can play with directions and get flexibility with the pipes even after we build them. We just have to make sure that we build them first. So I want this to go and make sure it's connected there. Good. Right next to this, same thing, drop it down. And this will most likely be a water pipe. It's possible this will end up being a light oil pipe, but for now, I'm going to say that this is a water pipe. And because I may need to send that light oil this way too. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. We'll see. We want it to go like this, right? Ooh, it'll let me go lower. Oh, it wouldn't let the other pipes go lower. Oh, this is built different. Hang on. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit different here. But I want to say that this pipe won't show. I want to say that it won't, but I don't know that it won't. I'm going to have to relay that if I do this. I want to redo it. I want it to look good. And this is the time to do it, right? Is because if they start filling this in at all, even one dump truck load, that's it. I can't change it. So it has to be right now in the plans. Otherwise, it's all screwed. So I want it to be, yeah, like right here and then up. Come on, right in the middle. There we go, almost. It's coming up at a different time. There. No, just different. It's weird. It's like the terrain is just a little bit different. It doesn't want it to happen. Oh, there it goes. Is that right? Nah, it's just weird. But I want to say this is going to be filled in, but I may need to redo this. You get the point, though. You can see how it's working, right? So you have all these different pipes. So there's 2 pipes here, and we're going to do the last one right here next to it. Same thing. Duck it down and just ride it right through. Just like this. Heck yeah. All the way. As low as you can go. Keep hitting Q, because sometimes it wants to come pop up on you. And then it'll come all the way over like... No, I don't want you to do that. Right here. And then right... here, and then okay, back off. One more. Yep, step up. Here we go. And right there. Hold up. And nope, step off. One more. The terrain is in the way. Got it. And done. I feel like I can do this pipe better. This one right here. I feel like I can get this better because it's gonna pop up before the rest of them, and it's just not gonna look very good. But I'll take care of that off camera. So that's the game plan, right? Pipes going in. We're probably going to have to dig this part just to provide some space so I can get the pipes to move. Well, maybe, I don't know. Let's try that out actually. Can I connect this? Well, I can always pull it off a little bit too, like from here. Like if I go like this and then I go like this, right? Then I should theoretically be able to delete this now and delete this now. And then delete this, right? So I can step it back like that without deleting the entire thing. Kind of like that. I can't do that with 4, but I can do it with 3. So now it's stepped up here. Now I might be able to get it to where it's, you know, like I'm thinking like if I go level 2 with it, this high, can I get it to play nice? No, I don't want it to do that. Hang on. I want it to go from this direction. So it's going to come over this way. No, up. Level 2, please. You can do it. Yep. And then down. Okay. And then same thing, level 2 over. That's fine. And then down. And then level 2 over. Nope. Back up right here. And then down. Okay, so that's our pipe connections into the ground, right? So when we're up here, right, we're just gonna get it connected in here. And if I want to change this later, I can. I just do it the same way I just did it before. I can change it and try to get it new connections. But this at least guarantees me solid connections that I can access on this side. And I can do the same thing over here. If I know this is gonna be a water pipe, if I know that, then I just want to test the connection really quick. And it doesn't have, oh, it's only disallowing this because of the direction of the flow. So if I wanted to toggle the direction like this, now it should let me do it. There it goes. So I can verify a nice clean connection on that one and also on that one. So cool. So this gives me exactly what I want. Pending, of course, the little elbow on that pipe getting a little bit lower. I think I want that to be just a tiny bit lower. So I'll fix that. Anyway, there you go. Underground pipes, we're going next level, man. I'm doubling, tripling down. So thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna let this run for a little while, and most likely we'll fill up our construction parts in that time. When we come back, the pipes are buried. All right, they're buried. Yeah, definitely buried. And then we'll get started with the advanced oil stuff next time as well. So thank you very much. Take care. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.